Hey guys, welcome back to Embers and Ash. My name's Ashley, if you didn't know. And today we have Mr. Short Nap with us, joining because he took a short nap. I hope you're all okay with that. I assume you are. Anyways, today we're gonna talk about baby essentials that you already own. So some of these items I knew prior to having Rook that I didn't need to buy and that I could use stuff in my house. And then some of these items I didn't make the connection that there are alternatives out there. So that's why I'm making this video for you guys. I want to share the knowledge. So even if you are going to go out and buy all these items new, I just think it's really important to know the alternatives and to know what options are out there in case you want to save some money. So let's get into it. The first item is a bottle warmer. So I bought one of these. I don't know why. Like, I knew I wanted to breastfeed, but you know, I thought I'd have some bottles in case I wanted to bottle feed, which is totally fair. But I did not need a bottle warmer at all. I do often express milk for Rook to practice drinking out of an open cup, and if I need to reheat it up, I just boil some water in the kettle, put the water in a mug, and then put my Haakaa in the mug, and that warms it up, which kind of seems obvious, but I just didn't think of that before. I thought I needed a bottle warmer to heat up milk. And you don't. So, you know, if you're planning on only bottle feeding, it might be a nice investment for you, but if it's just kind of gonna be a sporadic thing, I would suggest not. The next item is a baby towel. I got one because like, your baby needs a towel to dry off, unless you want them to use their own, but eventually they're gonna grow up and need their own anyways, so I bought one. I just wish that I bought a regular size towel, like an adult towel. We only have 2 towels in our house, just Josh and mine, so this is a case where I actually would have to buy still. But if you already have another towel in your house, just use that. Rook's baby towel, it's really cute when they have the little hood. He's outgrown it for a while now, so it was just too short-term of a purchase, not worth it. Should have just started with the adult size towel. Okay, next up is nail clippers. I didn't get baby nail clippers, but I did get the electric file, which I did really like for the newborn phase. I was, just like a lot of new moms, really nervous about cutting his nails, but I don't think it's necessary because after like 2 months when he grew a little bit, I just started using adult clippers on his nails and I've had no issue with it. You just have to be a little careful and you're fine. I don't know, I think it just was a waste of money getting the filer for just a couple months when I could have gotten some of those like mini, just like manual nail files for the newborn phase. I wish I went that route because those electric nail filers aren't cheap. Next up is a bassinet. So when we were prepping for Rook and I told Josh that we needed a crib and a bassinet, he was confused. He's like, why do we need 2 cribs for the baby? And I was like, no, crib and bassinet. And so sure enough, we got a bassinet. That one didn't work out. We got a different one, whatever. And it was fine. Like I didn't have an issue using a bassinet, but while we were in the in-between phase of switching bassinets, we just put the crib in our room and it was honestly really nice. Like, our room is too small to have a crib in there, so if you live in a small space, this might not be for you. But if I had a bigger bedroom, I would be totally fine just having the crib in there. Even a bassinet is awkward to take your baby in and out of, and it wasn't that much more effort to take him out of a crib. Like, I actually preferred it. So if you think that you can fit a crib in your room, I would highly suggest it. Save yourself some money because bassinets can be actually really expensive. Next up is diaper bags. So I think diaper bags are a little extra, a little unnecessary, like specifically the bags that are labeled and sold as diaper bags. They're always way more expensive and you can just use a backpack. We did end up buying a bag just because, being a minimalist, I didn't have any extra backpacks around, but if you have an extra backpack in your house, just use that. Like, there really isn't much of a difference between a diaper bag and a backpack. And yeah, I just feel like it's a bit of a waste of money to spend sometimes hundreds of dollars on a diaper bag. So if you're planning on breastfeeding, a lot of people recommend getting a breastfeeding pillow, which I get the appeal. They're super cute, they look very comfy, but totally not a necessity. And if you do need that support, you can just use pillows. And this again seems kind of obvious, but it almost feels forced on us to think that we need certain baby items, and I for sure thought that I needed one of those for a while. And I know everyone's experience is different, and some people, if you're struggling with breastfeeding, having that pillow can definitely help. But I didn't even think twice about using a pillow to support Brooke while he was feeding. It just kind of happened and it was fine. This is my slipper that he's playing with right now. And like I said, if I do ever feel like I'm in an awkward position, I can just put a pillow under my arm and we're fine. And the last baby essential alternative I have for you guys is all about baby bathtubs. If you've been following my channel for a while, you already know how I feel about this subject. You do not need a baby bathtub. You can use your regular bathtub or your shower. When Rook was a newborn, we would put him in the bath on just the tea towel and bathe him. And now that he's older, we hold him in the shower and wash him, and there's no issue. It works perfectly fine. So those are all the alternatives I have for you guys, but if you are interested, I do have them listed out on a PDF that also includes my bare minimum baby essentials. If you haven't heard me talk about my Patreon yet, I just recently launched it, and the perks at the second tier include downloadable content like this checklist I just mentioned. That's all I have to say for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this one, and like I said before, it's totally fine if you want to go out and buy all these things. I just want you to know your options. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!